Howdy, I'm Krista, and today I'm going to be teaching y'all a lesson over frequency tables and stem and leaf plots. By the end of this video, the student will be able to identify frequency tables and stem and leaf plots, as well as use data from one to fill out the other. So for our work today, we're going to match each graph to the correct name. So for number 1, we have either A, a frequency table, or B, a stem and leaf plot. Number 1 is a stem and leaf plot. And for number 2, since our only option left is a frequency table, number 2 is a frequency table. Okay, so first we're going to be talking about frequency table. With this being virtual, please feel free to grab a separate sheet of paper and follow along with me. Okay, so first we're going to be talking about years and snowfall in inches. So let's say we have years 2012, 13, 14, 15, and 2016. Let's say in the year 2012, we had 10 inches of snowfall. In 2013, we had 7. In 2014, we had 2. 2015, 9 inches of snowfall. In 2016, 11 inches of snowfall. So, looking at number 1, how many inches of snow fell in 2014? So, looking at our frequency table, let's look at 2014, and we had 2 inches of snowfall. B. And for number 2, how many more inches of snowfall fell in 2013 than in 2014? So let's go back to our frequency table. In 2013 we had 7 inches, and in 2014 we had 2. So 7 minus 2 is 5. Our answer is C. Okay, so now we're going to start talking about stem and leaf plots. Here we have our graph, the number of blueberries in a dozen muffins. So first we're going to group all of these numbers by the tens place. As you can see, we have some 40s, 50s, and 60s. As you can see, we have a 40, a 42, a 43, and a 47. And now for our 50s, we have a 50, a 51, a 53, and a 58. And for our 60s, we have a 61, a 62, and 2 68s.
Put it down both times.
Okay, so now let's get to our stem and leaf plot. So first we're going to label the graph, and if you remember from our graph earlier, it was a number of blueberries in a dozen muffins. So we are going to label this the same. Okay, so our left side is going to be our stem, and this represents the tens place. And our leaf is on the right, representing our ones place. So we are going to make a key at the bottom. Four line 0 equals 40. So let's start with our 4s. Our 10 is a 4, and we have 0 for 40, 2 for 42, 3 for 43, and 7 for 47. Now for our 5s. 0 for 50, 1 for 51, 3 for 53, and 8 for 58. Now for our 6s. 1 for 61, 2 for 62, 8 for 68, and another 8 for 68. Because we had two 68s, we have to have both 8s on this side as well. Okay, so what is the difference between the muffin with the greatest number of blueberries and the muffin with the least amount of blueberries? So the muffin with the greatest number of blueberries, we're going to look at our stem and find the greatest stem, which is 6. And our greatest leaf is 8. Minus our smallest stem, which is 4, and our smallest leaf, which is 0. 8 minus 0, 8. 6 minus 4, 2. The answer is... Okay, so now we are going to take information from a frequency table and put it into a stem and leaf plot. Like we did on the last stem and leaf problem, we are going to separate these into their tens place. So we have 1, 2s, and 3s. We have 12, 13, and 18. We have 20, and we have 38. Now we are going to put this information into our stem and leaf plot. We have our 10s, 2 for 12, 3 for 13, 8 for 18. Our 20s, 0 for 20. Our 30s, 8 for 38. And that is how you transfer data from a frequency table to a stem and leaf plot. Okay, so now that we are done, I want you to do some independent practice. Using what we learned today, I want you to create your own frequency table by measuring the length of 6 household items. Then I want you to use the data from your frequency table and create a stem and leaf plot.